All right, welcome to Sport Talk on Enterprise TV, where we give you all the latest from what is happening in the world of sports. If you are joining us for the first time, please do well to follow us across all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. My name is John Olasukomi. Join me and let's ride together. And of course, you know how we do it. Charity begins at home. We always start with local football. But today, joining me virtually is Jerry Apeloi, making a return to Sport Talk. Jerry Apeloi, welcome to Sport Talk.
Feels great to be here. Always great to be back with you to talk about what's happening in the exciting world of sports. And I can't wait to hit the ground running.
All right, let's get the ball rolling. Starting with a local footballer. Starting with the camp of the Super Eagles, a former assistant to the former coach of the senior national team of Nigeria, talking about Finidi George, says the players of the senior national team of Nigeria are not keen on qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. According to a former assistant of Finidi George, Yemi Olariwaju said under the tutelage of Finidi George that the players' mentality affected their games against South Africa, which ended in 1-0 draw, and of course the loss against Benin Republic, that one ended 1-2 in favor of Benin Republic. So he cited so many examples. He said when they opened the camp, the Super Eagles players, some of them were in Lagos. Like some of them were in Lagos, busy clubbing, dancing in the club. And we had the likes of, Hakimi, I've already reported in camp in Morocco. All right. Do you agree with Yemi Olariwaju that these players are not ready for World Cup?
All chances of saying that this team are enthusiastic for qualifying for the World Cup. It's quite unfortunate that this team did not do the 2022 World Cup, which was even expanded. And we expect that as a 2022, the Super Eagles and the handlers of the Super Eagles would have hit the ground running. In terms of the appointment of the coach should be strategic, and the plans should be well tutored to make sure that this team does not have any stones unturned. But unfortunately, what we did went to the Nations Cup. We had a team that got to the final.
Okay.
We had the coach who was just trying to understand. What did they do? They sacked the coach. And it took a long time. They appointed a coach.
To bring in Finidi George.
So, I'm not denying a situation where the coach was going to find it difficult.
Okay.
Because he was an assistant to Joseph Pesero. And Finidi George also had to gain their respect. You know that they see you as a second fiddle to who somehow they don't regard it. So that means you need to pay respect. What did Finidi now do? He started picking issues with players in the team. He picked issues with Moses Simon. He picked issues with Ademola. These are the key players in the team. They just went out of the Nations Cup final, and they're already feeling the high morale is already there. They're already feeling they have arrived.
All right, Jerry Apeloi, you said something about Finidi George picking fight with the fantastic players. The key members in that team. We made mention of Ademola Lookman, Moses Simon, Victor James Osimhen. That is, they must have done something. He can't just pick fights with his best legs. With his best players in the team. They must have done something. Maybe that is the main reason why Yemi Olariwaju came out and said these people are not ready to play for you.
Let me now tell you what Finidi did.
Okay, go ahead.
Prior to the top qualifiers, we had 2 friendlies. We were friendly against Mali and Ghana. Brought these players to camp. And he didn't use them. The last of Sadiq. National players in the team. He brought them all the way from their club side, and he didn't use them in those friendlies. He was already picking sides, already let the players know, I don't need you
in this team.
In the local qualifiers. You have to bow to the new king of the block. They also played Porter. Let's not forget between him and Moses Simon, dragging the jersey of Pepe. It was all the national TV, the international TV watching when George was busy dragging jersey with Moses Simon. He wanted to get the jersey of Pepe. Finidi George that played at the highest level. Pepe is a fantastic player at the highest level. Where have you played that Pepe play? At least during his time, Pepe cannot let the shoe of Finidi George.
Yes, of course.
He had already played football at the highest level. Why dragging jersey? That's the message to the players that this coach is just still busy looking to shine. He already created enmity between him and the players. And Moses Simon is a senior player in the team. That is why the likes of Osimhen started having a second and divided opinion. They lost respect for Finidi George. That was the reason why, out to the Republic, you could see that the enthusiasm was no longer there because they were not happy to play for Finidi George. Finidi George started making mistakes. Tell me, why would Finidi George go into a qualifier with Paul Onachu as his top striker alongside Victor Boniface?
Because Osimhen was injured. That's our top 9. Don't also forget, even when all these players were available under Austin Eguavoen, they still struggled.
It was not that. No, let me tell you, Osimhen had a knock. Had it been the players were happy with Finidi George,
okay,
he would have come to the camp and still played some minutes. Finidi George felt too big and said, "No, I don't need you. Don't worry, don't come. Since you have a problem, don't come at all." He would have still come. He would have been motivated to come on the pitch when the game started. At least play 10 minutes and get a goal. But
how about the one they were all present against Zimbabwe? So what happened? They were all there. Osimhen was there, Boniface, Tolu Arokodare, full team. And of course, they still didn't give us 3 points.
Also has to do with coaching.
Okay.
Management of this team has off. Let's just say the fact. Did you see the team spirit was different when Austin Eguavoen handled the team in the national qualifiers? Did you see a difference in mind shift? You could see that when the players are enthusiastic and interested, it's not left on NFL and the coaching staff make these players spike up and excited to play for the national team. Under Richard, you could see some bit of discipline in the team. The players are enthusiastic again. If Richard makes another mistake, we will have a situation on our hands.
Okay. All right.
So the coaching crew and the NFL, they want to play. The players are still young guys. They've seen live. Coaches to come to camp late or go a bit of coming to camp because they know that they don't have respect for the coach anymore. They're not going to maybe say coach like Onigbide or Lise invite to come or I use or Jogging Club. Say what and you go and talk best. You are joking with your international career, you are joking with your football career. Coach has a role to play in instilling discipline.
So what you are saying in a nutshell is it is not the players' fault. It was all about Finidi George.
The players do have a fault, but the major fault stops on Finidi George and the coaches as well as most especially 100% the NFL. How would the situation was insulting the coach, even if when he was angry with the coach, coming on live on social media, would inform so that. But of course, they sweep under the carpet, let bygone be bygone, let's move on.
All right.
What do you expect from some kind of preparation? A lot of things have gone wrong. We're just lucky that it's qualified for the last Nations Cup, this Nations Cup, because there were a lot going on.
All right, it seems we have a glitch there, but we're still talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You made mention of Finidi George invited some players and ended up not using them. Now, Siri Desert has come out and he said something after the Unity Cup. He said, why is it that whenever I want to play competitive football, they always ignore him? And for me, I still feel Siri Desert should always start in the Super Eagles color any day, anytime. Not just based on what we saw at the just concluded Unity Cup, but what he has been doing, even with Rangers before now. So what are your thoughts? Do you think Siri Desert is just a friendly games material?
The case of Siri Desert is that he does not have some people who speak for him in the field. The Desert is not sorting somebody who is at the higher top.
Wait. So all of them that are in the present squad now are sorting one or two people. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's true. See, that's when these players it's difficult to discipline them because some of them have go back to that point.
All right, like I said, I mean, I still see no reason why Siri Desert is not always starting for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And according to Jerry Apello, he said something about maybe he does not have some people up there. But I believe if a good footballer merits a spot in this squad, of course, it should definitely be part of that squad. I see no reason why Siri Desert should not be part of this present Super Eagles squad. Like I said earlier on, 4-4-2 formation, he will definitely play there. Play him wide, he will play there from the left, from the right. Play him behind a striker, he will still be there. All right, Jerry Apello, we're still talking about Siri Desert. You said the young man doesn't have anybody up there, which I disagree with. If you merit that squad, you should definitely be part of the squad. All right, Jerry Apello, go ahead.
What it takes to play the national team.
With everything you said now, moving forward, will be very, very hard for the Super Eagles of Nigeria as far as football is concerned. Because if you definitely go by what you just said now, I pity our football in future, because I still can believe that the likes of Umar Sadiq, Tolu Aroko Dare, Paul Onachu are still ahead of Siri Desert. But it is what it is. All right, final one on the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Eric Chell said something about our defense line, which even me too, I'm very, very more concerned about. He said the way the league goes these days is alarming. So what is the way forward? I saw Igor, a good, fantastic footballer, a non-based footballer. I saw what he did at the just concluded Unity Cup. That young man should definitely be given a chance in the Super Eagles squad any day, anytime. And of course, the young man from Brentford, Benjamin Frederick, they should be part of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What are your thoughts on this one? All right, it seems Jerry Apello network is not cooperating. Anyways, away from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, let's go straight to the camp of the under-17. Talking about women football, Nigeria's Flamingos will face Canada, France, and Samoa in Group D at the 2025 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. I mean, for the very first time, what is his name? The head coach, talking about Bankole Olowokere, has been with this team for the past years now, and he's been doing wonderfully well with this team. During the set of the Okpeyemi Ajakaye and co, back then they ended up winning. They played the semi-final, they were third, and of course that team was fantastic, and after that it led another team to another competition. They did well, and this time around, do you think they should change the identity of the team by giving us a new coach, or Bankole Olowokere should definitely be with this team?
Yeah, although Olowokere has to be one of the stars people, and I think it's not just talking like this. Olowokere has proven that they had the argument, the tactical argument to think that this, and I think if he's doing it right, it should be given more time.
They should leave him with the team.
If that goes to the 17. Yeah, Wallace, I think Wallace has the team as well. It's always assurances and they'll go out there and give and feeling taxes are not working.
All right, it seems we have a glitch from Jerry Peloa's end. All right, he said since he's doing well with the Flamingos, we definitely leave him to go all along with the team. All right, away from the camp of the under-17, let's go straight to foreign football. I guess where we started from, we started with Chelsea Football Club in the transfer news. Chelsea beat off competition from Premier League rivals to sign English striker Liam Delap from Ipswich on Wednesday for a reported fee of £30 million. All right, another striker at the Stamford Bridge for Chelsea Football Club, talking about Liam Delap. So what are your thoughts on Liam Delap? He's just 21. Liam Delap, I beg your pardon, with Nicholas Jackson up front for Chelsea Football Club. And of course, we also forget Chelsea will be playing in the Champions League. With Jackson and Liam Delap, do you see them going all the way to, quarter-final at least?
Yeah, I think there's something about the striker position at Chelsea. I think they had an agreement to sign Jackson and
all right, talking about Liam Delap and of course Nicholas Jackson. For me, I still believe they need an established striker. At the age of maybe 27, 28, if they go out, they can still look for somebody, a striker that can lead Chelsea up front. And of course, a lot of big teams are in the market, are going for players. And Arsenal are just there. They are doing as if this transfer market is not their own at all. Take a look at what United are doing presently. United went for Acuna all the way from Wolves, and now they are on Mbomo from Brentford. They want to sign Ederson in Syria. A lot of them, even Liverpool, the reigning champions of the Premier League, are also in the market. We all know that they are going for Florian Wirtz. Like that. A lot of players. Even Manchester City I've just been signing like back to back to back. But what is Arsenal doing? Jerry Peluai, of course, they are on top of the log table as we speak. They are always on top of the log table before the season starts. All right, Jerry Peluai, go ahead. Come on. I can barely hear you, like I said. And of course, former Arsenal player talking about one of their legends. His name is Ian Wright. What is his name? Mikel Arteta to go for Ademola Lookman. For me, I think Ademola Lookman will just do his own part. They still need that number 9. You can't just keep depending on Kai Havertz, who is not a proper number 9. But at least if you can definitely play your own style. Because I listened to Sheikh Fabregas some days ago when he said something about Euros 2012. He said the three players, the three frontline players were played in a wrong position. They didn't play them in their own proper position. Fabregas played as a false 9. Andres Iniesta played from the left flank, and of course David Silva from the right flank, and of course it worked for the coach. But playing Martinelli up front today, playing Kai Havertz up front today, Merino up front tomorrow, and you want to win Champions League, you want to win league, it will go on the way. All right, we just wish Arsenal all the best in this transfer market. There is, Alexander Isak out there, which they can definitely, you can imagine, bringing in Zubimendi, Isak, Ademola, Lookman to this current squad of Arsenal. They will go all the way. I'm not saying they will win the Premier League, but at least they will go all the way in the Premier League and, of course, the UEFA Champions, because they came second last season. 2 years ago they came second. They can't continue like that, but it is what it is. Let's see how it goes. Maybe next season will be all about Manchester City. City just agreed another deal with Tijani Raiders, another fantastic midfielder, another Dutch midfielder, a clutch player. I saw what he did with AC Milan last season. Come on, you can't even talk about. But what is Arsenal doing presently? What are they doing? I don't know. Only time will tell. All right, away from transfers, let's move to other sports. In the world of tennis, Roland Garros, Novak Djokovic fought back to beat Alexander Zverev on Wednesday and set up a blockbuster French Open semi-final against world number 1. Talking about Jannik Sinner. After French world number 361, Louise Boysen stunned Mira Andreeva to continue her dream run at the Roland Garros. Talking about this young lady, talking about Louise Boysen, number 361. Knocked out world number 3 Jessica Pegula, beg your pardon, world number 6 Mira Andreeva, and now is in the semi-final. She will definitely be playing Coco Gauff. Let's see whether she will definitely cause another upset by qualifying to the final. But I see Coco Gauff, stopping Louise Boysen. But anything can still happen. I remember the days of Naomi Osaka. She went all the way. Of course, defeated one of the greatest tennis players of all time. Talking about Serena Williams in the final. Maybe we'll see another underdog at this French Open. And of course, in the men's category, Alcaraz is still there. He will definitely face Musetti in the semi-final, while world number 1 will definitely face one of the greatest players of all time as far as lawn tennis is concerned in the men's category. 38-year-old man talking about Novak Djokovic. All right, that is how much we can take on Sport Tour on Enterprise TV7. If you are here to follow us across all social media, endeavor to do that. We are at Enterprise TV7 across all social media platforms. Visit our website at enterprisetvnews.com, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name remains John Olashkomin. See you next time.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.